in our country, in South Africa, it has been reported that majority of the drug dealers, people who sell drugs, it's usually foreigners, guys from Malawi, guys from Nigeria. And drugs, I mean all the substances excluding alcohol, including the weed, cocaine, crystal, all these things. It's usually even Nyaupe. It's usually outside forces who are bringing these things here. So there is a need from the public and the citizens of South Africa to not blame the drug addict, but to blame the drug dealers for the reason why the drug addict is doing these things. And me, let me tell you something. Me, I don't blame the drug dealers. What I will say to the drug dealers is that your day is coming, because what you're doing is illegal and what you're doing is not a good thing. You are destroying the society by proxy. Even though I wouldn't blame you for why these kids are doing drugs, I would blame you for being a drug dealer and the police must arrest you and they must deal with you. But let's speak about these drug addicts, these young kids who are doing drugs. It's their fault. It's self-inflicted. I mean, like, look at us. I've never done drugs in my life. I've never smoked those things of those people in the streets. I've never done that. I've seen it. I've been tried to be influenced into it. I've seen people closer to me in my young tender age where I could have easily been peer pressure to do these things, but I didn't. I had my free will to not do these things. So had I done it, I would blame myself. I would blame myself. I wouldn't blame anyone that I ended up doing drugs. So why these kids, they don't blame themselves? Why the society doesn't make these kids take accountability? These people are doing drugs. They want to do drugs. They're not being forced by anyone. Have you seen street kids sitting in the street? They're sitting alone, doing drugs by themselves. They are hooked into it, of course, but they're enjoying it. They're loving it. You could tell them anything you want to tell them. I chill a lot with them because I'm just that guy. I greet them and things like that. I give them money if I want to. And then I have conversations with majority of them. They want to do this. They want to go ask street kids in the streets why they are hustling. They're hustling for the drugs. So it's their fault. Why are they not being blamed? Why don't they take accountability? Why is the society trying to victimize them as if these people, they don't like what they're doing? You guys, you don't know what's happening in the streets. These kids, as much as there's shows whereby a few people go there, hey, I'm looking for help, I want to go to rehab. Majority of these people don't want to go to rehab. They might say that for public sympathy, for you to think that, hi, they really want help. They don't want help, some of them, they enjoy what they're doing. So it's their fault. They must take accountability for doing drugs. They must take accountability for destroying their lives. Imagine if these street kids, these guys who are doing drugs, if they don't even love themselves enough to want to take themselves out of that life. They don't love clearly for them doing drugs. They don't care about their life. They don't care about what they put in their system. They don't care about who is affected in their families. They're all self-centered. They're selfish. It's all about them. They want the dopamine. They want to feel high. So they're selfish like that. So if they are selfish like that, and they also don't care about their health, they also don't care about what these drugs does to their mental, they also don't care about if they don't bath, they don't care about how they appear. They don't care about their presentation, whether whether they're smelling or they're not smelling, whether they bath or they didn't bath. They don't care how they look, if they have a fresh cut or not. They don't care. Imagine if they don't care about themselves like that. Why should I, as a stranger, care about them? I wouldn't care because you don't care about yourself. Why should I care about you? I can't care about you. You don't care about yourself. So it's your fault. I can't blame the law must arrest the drug dealers. Nobody is against that. Everyone agrees with that. But these kids must not act like we are stupid. Every time they're asked why they're doing this, the society must not act like some of us are stupid. We are not stupid, some of us. We can see you guys just need anything to attack foreigners. Even you're using these kids who are doing drugs to attack foreigners, forgetting that these kids, they are the ones doing it with their free will. We don't do drugs. We've never done drugs. So who are you blaming if us, we have never done drugs? Do you still blame foreigners that some of us don't do drugs? Or you only blame foreigners when there's negativity involved in the mix? So me, I want to blame these kids. They must take accountability and responsibility. And if they don't want to change, they must remain being our young pace. They must remain being our street kids without any ambitions, without any purpose in life, without any goals in life, without having a girlfriend who is clean, beautiful. They will remain in the street smelling, you are smelling, you don't look appealing. You will remain like that. And me, I won't feel any pity for you, because I know you guys. I've lived with them in the streets. Of course, not sleeping in the streets, chilling with them, having conversations, because that's how much I care about the world and people. I'm a people's person. I'm easily approachable, and I'm attractive. So I come across as a guy who's like, okay, this guy is the one. That's how I come across. You should meet me one day, you'll understand. I'm friendly, I'm a nice guy. So I get to chill with these guys sometimes. They want to do these things. They want to do these drugs. They want to. They enjoy it. So me, I will blame them. I will forever blame these kids, these young faces, these street kids doing drugs. It's their fault. It's no one's fault. It's not their parents' fault. It's their fault. It's not anyone's fault. It's not the government's fault. It's not the foreigners' fault. It's their fault. They are doing drugs. How do you expect people to live these drugs if you don't allow them to take accountability? The first step to healing, the first step to living these things in rehab, they teach you self-accountability, self-responsibility, self-care, self-love. Put you first. What is it that you want to benefit after losing this, after living these things, after healing? What do you want to feel like? So if you don't allow these people to take that accountability, there is no way they're going to deal with it. There is no way they're going to stop these drugs. They're going to continuously be addicted, and they're going to smoke, and they're not going to leave it because they are not taking accountability, and the society doesn't enforce the accountability on them, the responsibility on them. We must enforce it. It's these people's fault. If you're doing drugs, it's your fault. If you're smoking too much weed, it's your fault. It's not your weed dealer. It's you. Why are you buying the weed? Why are you continuously smoking the weed? You're addicted. You made yourself addicted. It's still your fault. You smoked these things until you were addicted. So it's your fault. You drink too much alcohol. It's not the club's fault. It's not the whole every weekend. It's your fault. Why are you going there? We don't go there. We don't smoke those things. It's our fault that you don't do these things. It's also your fault that you do these things. It is what it is. Thank you very much.